welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tiara. I am working on Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a weekly hop that I host on my channel. I have a tribe of, there's 9 of us all together now. We added some new members and that gives us a lot of fun takes on each layout we scraplift. Our goal is to help build other people's Instagram and YouTube channels. Once in a while we'll do scraplift of somebody who doesn't have either of those. Like I think we did one where she only had Pinterest, and so we linked you back to her Pinterest account. But we always get permission from the original creator, and this week we are scraplifting Tiara scraps. She did use a sketch, and I will have Tiara Scraps Instagram account linked below, as well as the sketch artist and possibly her Instagram account listed below as well, along with our weekly Scraplift Crafternoon playlist. So let's talk about what we're doing. I'm going to pop this video up, or this, I'm going to pop up the layout for you to see up here in the corner. And let's talk about the product I'm using. I pulled my September counterfeit kit. Y'all are probably getting tired of me saying that, but I am trying to actually use a lot of my counterfeit kit this month. I did build a relatively large counterfeit kit the last 2 months. Still have a lot of August left over, and right now I still have a lot of September left over as well, but I am working on that. And so it is a mix of designers, but the bulk of it is Hip Kit and Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, Life in Bloom. Simple Stories, Life in Bloom is such a beautiful collection, and Hip Kit came out with their collection, which they call Harmony, and really it goes very, very well. These 2 pieces are from that collection, and then this is a piece of the 6x8 paper pad from Simple Vintage, Life in Bloom, and you can see the colors match so well. And so I have all of this product out. I have the beginnings of the shaker box here. It's still kind of drying. What I've done is I've taken a 49 and Market film strip piece from Spectrum Gardenia, and I have glued it on top of a piece of, it is something that we used in our homeschool to create maps. We created layered maps in our homeschool, and I have a bunch left over, so I've been using them for shaker boxes. So I now have an acetate window with a frame, and I'm going to place it on top of this 3x4 card to create my shaker box. But right now it is drying, so hopefully that'll get dried before I'm ready. And I have some gold leafy bits, some phrase stickers. I have the sticker book. This is from the Hip Kit. It's got a kitty cat on it because the photos I'm using are pictures of me with my Jasper kitty, who has lots and lots of names. He is actually sitting here across from me, glaring at me currently because I said his name. These are pictures when he was a kitten. They were taken in November of 2016, and we were on a drive to Killeen, Texas to see my husband's brother and to spend Thanksgiving with them. This was before he actually started puking in the car, so he was riding on my shoulder. Now he rides safely in his kennel and sleeps and still throws up on us once in a while. I have the set of stickers and I have the ephemera pieces. Not real sure what all of this I'm going to use, but that's the product I have, as well as a piece of white cardstock from Joann's. It's their 110-pound cardstock. You can get it in a pack of 40. If you wait till they have it on sale, sometimes you can get it under $5 for the 40-piece pack if you're fast, because it does go out of stock when they have good sales. So I'm going to pause this video. We're going to stop and get started, and I'll be right back. All right, off camera, I did finish building that shaker element, and I kind of explained it a little bit at the beginning. I put it over the 3x4 card from that 6x8 piece of pattern paper from the paper pad. I used some sequins that I've had in a little glassine envelope on my desk forever and a day, but they went really well with the colors in this collection, so I used them. And I just used foam tape to adhere it all together, and it made a relatively fast and easy shaker box for me. Normally I use wet glue and cut out pieces of foam, and it's a whole ordeal, and the last time I made one of those it didn't stick well, and now I have pieces of sand and shells all over my cruise album because it didn't stick. So also off camera I went ahead and cut down my pattern paper to, I believe each sheet of pattern paper was cut down to 3 1/4 by 10, and then I matted it with the purple cardstock that I showed you at the beginning. These photos, I am using these ephemera pieces to mat my photos. I'm having trouble using up those bits in my kit, so I just took this time to use those on this layout just to get them used up. Plus, it looks like I added lots of layers on the layout when I really didn't have to, because I had that ephemera that looks layered. So now I am just kind of playing around with the rest of it. I am adding these cute little, these doilies are from Bo Bunny. I think it's the Brightest Day or something like that collection that came out a year or so ago. And I bought a pack of them. They're really small, but they're really cute. And I'm going to use a couple of them on this layout. So my title up at the top says Happy Memories. And I loved when Jasper enjoyed riding in the car as a kitten. Not so much anymore because the poor little guy gets car sick. And yes, we've taken him to the vet, and yes, he has medication for it, but sometimes it doesn't help, and sometimes we can't get it down him. Have you ever given medication to a cat? It's not fun. You should try it during a military PCS when you're traveling 3 or 4 days in a row. Not fun, not at all. So what I'm doing now is I'm tucking another one of the doilies up there underneath my shaker box, and I ended up tearing it in half because I had glued down my shaker box and I didn't want to lift it up and risk tearing up the shaker box, so I just tore it in half. I'll use the other piece another time. I'm going to cut down my journaling blocks, and I'm adding a few little bees and pieces on here, and you know, pretty much I feel like this layout built itself. It was a really cool layout, and I really wanted to use this piece of ephemera there with a butterfly, and it just disappeared. So I put in the yellow floral piece, tucked it behind that journaling or pocket card, and now I'm going to cut out these labels. These labels are from Illustrated Faith. They are a digital purchase. I have said this multiple times. I print out a whole bunch at a time, and I keep them in a binder behind my head, and that way I always have them on hand. So I'm going to use, I think, 2 of them, or maybe it's 3 that I cut out. I have 3, so I'm cutting out 3, and I'm going to use these as journaling. It's going to go below my photos, and I have a title at the top and the bottom. The top one says Happy Memories. The one on the bottom says Enjoy This Moment or something like that. And I'm going to add the little kitty cat from that set of stickers from Hip Kit. And I added a heart from that set of stickers and some bees. And I really think that's about all I do here with this layout. I might add, I think I do grab a phrase here and add, a lot of these phrases are really cool and they'll work for another project, but they are pretty specific about DIY or stuff. So I'm going to set those aside for another project later this month. And here I go trying to use that butterfly leafy bit again, and it's just not working as well as I want it to. I want to tuck it behind a flower, but to make it show the butterfly ends upside down, and I don't particularly care for that. So I'm going to pull in that larger floral element, and that pretty much covers my layout. All right, I got my layout done. I tried to stay basically as close to the original as possible. I left out a few things, but I'm overall happy with what I've gotten done. mostly really thrilled with this shaker element. It was a fast shaker element to make. I used my foam tape that I get on Amazon to get that done. That made it super fast and easy. Usually I cut strips of fun foam and glue them down and have trouble with leaking and stuff, so this seemed to work a whole lot better than my normal way, which is awesome. I did put a little phrase here and the kitty cat sticker from my Hip Kit supplies, and you saw me do everything on camera except for add the fun foam behind the title and a couple of the flowers and the bees. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I would love it if you would subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd also love for you to check out our playlist listed below. Everybody in this group is super talented, and you're going to get many different takes on the original layout. Make sure that you leave the original creator some love, as well as the lady who created the sketch. And you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Today is the last day of We Create, and I am having an absolute blast. So I hope to be home in a couple of days, and I'll see you then. Have a great day. Bye.